The third episode opens with Wednesday getting a sack over the head. She's surrounded by masked figures. She realizes that Bianca is their leader, and the teens reveal their true identities, among them Xavier, Yoko, and Ajax. It turns out Rowan was kicked out of the Nightshades. The students revived the Nightshade Society, which was disbanded 30 years ago when a normie kid was killed. Xavier urges Bianca to let Wednesday pledge to join the group, but the latter refuses and Wednesday unties her binds. Principal Larissa Weems announces the annual Outreach Day, where the Nevermore students volunteer in the local community. Wednesday is assigned to an antique shop, and the others are set to work at Pilgrim World. Larissa reveals that she volunteered Wednesday to play cello with the Jericho High School marching band. The students arrive in town for the outreach festivities. Wednesday shows Xavier the page Rowan's mother drew. He reveals that the pilgrim she's standing next to is Joseph Crackstone, Jericho's founder. Xavier believes that Rowan is still alive. The mayor of Jericho, Noble Walker, orders Sheriff Galpin to find the bear murdering Jericho citizens. Wednesday convinces Enid to switch Outreach Day sites with her. Enid will volunteer at the spooky antique shop with Ajax, and Wednesday will take on Pilgrim World. Enid is happy as long as she spends time with Ajax. Wednesday reunites with Eugene and the others while they learn about Pilgrim World from their guide Arlene. Wednesday wishes to discover more about Joseph Crackstone. Wednesday, Eugene, Bianca, and the other students settle in to sell fudge under Arlene's watchful eye. Enid and Ajax are agitated by the antique taxidermy shop. The proprietor, Connie, orders them to brush out the tangles on the rodents. Wednesday speaks German to German tourists about the violent history behind Jericho and Joseph Crackstone. She mentions the racist colonizers who slaughtered and stole from the indigenous people. She scares them away and they all leave. Eugene runs into his usual bullies who make fun of him for eating fudge. They lock him in the stockade after he vomits fudge all over the ringleader. Wednesday intervenes and beats the bully. Larissa chats with Mayor Walker at the cafe. Marilyn overhears that the principal donated to the mayor's campaign. Larissa then asks Marilyn to keep an eye on Wednesday. Wednesday cleans up Eugene and reveals that he reminds her of her brother Pagsley. Eugene confesses that he has no friends. He helps her break into the Joseph Crackstone Museum using his retainer. She wants to look through the artifacts and finds a painting that depicts the Blonde Wednesday version and a book titled Codex Umberum, but it is a replica from Etsy. Arlene catches her and scolds her. Later, Xavier and Wednesday reunite at a coffee shop. She's actually there to chat with Tyler, and Xavier is annoyed to learn that. He warns her not to hang out with Tyler again. Wednesday asks Tyler about Joseph Crackstone's grounds. He informs her that the original meeting house is situated in the woods. He warns her of the ruins and how they attract homeless people or meth heads. Enid tells Ajax that she wants him to ask her on a date, and he does. Wednesday and Thing run into a homeless man while at the dilapidated building in the woods. Thing lures the homeless man away while Wednesday explores the area. She then experiences a vision and travels 400 years into the past. It turns out the blonde girl she encountered before is called Goody Adams. Joseph Crackstone looms above her. He accuses her of being a witch, condemning her to die in a barn with other outcasts, including her mother. They're all bound to the ground. Joseph sets the barn ablaze. Goody tries to free her mom, but the latter begs her to escape, and she does through a trapdoor. Goody then runs up to Wednesday and claims that Joseph won't cease his crusade until he's killed them all. Joseph then declares that there will be no escape for her. Wednesday wakes up and tells Thing about what she saw. She then spots the eye of the monster and runs into the rain. She spots how the monster's footprints turn back into a human. Xavier is there and believes that Wednesday is right about Rowan being dead, as he received bizarre text messages from him. They talk about Wednesday's psychic abilities. Xavier's famous father, Victor Thorpe, is also a psychic. He advises Wednesday not to trust what she sees, as visions are rooted in emotions, not logic. Wednesday doesn't listen to him, though, as she wants to stop the tragedies before happening. Everyone reunites in the town square for the unveiling ceremony of the new statue dedicated to Joseph Crackstone. Wednesday plays an instrumental version of Fleetwood Mac's Don't Stop with the Jericho Marching Band, while the mayor and Larissa announce the statue. Thing lights a match to stir up some trouble, the statue is blown up, and the crowd disperses. Larissa scolds Wednesday and calls her a trouble magnet. She warns her that she is on thin ice, but the latter claims that her hands are clean. Wednesday tells Larissa off for not acknowledging the racist truths on which Jericho was founded. Larissa reveals that she doesn't have enough evidence, but she's watching Wednesday closely. Enid prepares for her date with Ajax, Eugene does some snooping outside, Marilyn two-snaps her way into the Nightshade's secret lair. Ajax inadvertently turns himself into stone while showering as the towel he draped over the mirror slipped, and he caught sight of his reflection. Enid thinks Ajax stood her up and destroys the bus. Larissa throws a yearbook page featuring Morticia into the fire. Dr. Valerie sews clothes for taxidermied animals. Tyler lies at the bottom of a filled bathtub and screams. Xavier emerges from a barn with scratch marks on his neck. Sheriff Galpin and his crew arrive at the dilapidated forest ruins to find the homeless man dead. They discover footage on his camera. After developing the photos, Galpin looks upon the face of the killer, a monster born from nightmares.